I'm not good at anything else. Like, so I had to, I can't do anything. I can't play sport. What's so funny is you watch him drive that thing and then you go over there and watch him get out of it and you're like,
that's him?
That's him.
Welcome everybody to another edition of One Lap, One Beer here at East Bay Raceway Park 2021. And I got Big Sexy. Actually, you might be a little sexy now, looking a little trim. What's your secret?
Just, what do they say, less carbs, more cardio.
Less carbs, more cardio, and he's drinking the Ultras, which, by the way, like the lowest carb count.
90 calories.
90 calories. Wow, and I'm on the lattes from Boom Briggs. We like 98 calories. So, first and foremost, congrats on the win tonight. Put on a show. Was in the front, went back to like 8th or 9th, and then somehow you rallied to get the big win. What was it like on East Bay here on the 50 lapper tonight?
It's not the East Bay that I think we're all looking forward to. It's still crazy because you don't know when it's going to rubber up. Like tonight, I think Jimmy and Ziegler come blasting by me on the top, and I was like, damn, I need to get off this bottom. And as soon as I moved up, everybody passed me on the bottom. So then I was like, shit, I need to get back down. So I got back down, I rode around and just kind of maintained, and somebody had flat. Anyway, put me on the outside on one of these restarts, and it was streaked through the middle. So then I knew I had to race the 39 car. 39 was who I had to go get in front of, and I just passed him at the nick of time for the caution to come out, and you know, then it's just all up to me, make sure I don't screw anything up.
Okay, drivers in our sport have crazy nicknames. Big Sexy, Kevin Nash, WWE, so it's like one of my favorite nicknames in racing. How the hell did you get that name?
When I was little, I was fat and and short, and the guys that I drove for when I first started racing, that's what they used to just call me. They'd be like, Big Sexy, and they'd get a kick and they'd laugh and they'd tell all their buddies, like, this is my buddy Big Sexy. So anyway, they just started calling me that.
Okay, so how'd you get started in racing when you were a little pup? Because you said in Victory Lane with Rigsby that one day you wanted to race for a living, and right now you're living that dream. Yeah,
well, I grew up probably 10 minutes from a go-kart track, and we used to go watch all the time, and we used to ride by there, and my daddy'd say, I'm gonna get y'all, me and my brothers, he would say, I'm gonna get y'all some of them go-karts one day, you know? So anyway, we kept going more and more just watching, and this 76 go-kart, he'd always kick their ass, you know? So we come back one weekend and everything was for sale. So my dad went over and talked to him, and he said, look, my son's wanting to quit. I don't want to quit. He said, you just come help pay some of the bills and I'll let them ride my stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's kind of how we did it. My parents just helped them out, and it's a crazy story now. Like my fiance, this was her grandparents.
Oh man, so, that's crazy.
Yeah, so we've known each other.
Small world.
Yeah, we've known each other since we were 6. I started racing when I was 6.
So you knew your fiance when you were 6?
Yep.
So like, when was the first time you made a move and like, you know, let's go on a date?
Out of high school.
Out of high school?
Summer after we graduated.
Oh man, yeah. Cinderella story there. That's awesome. But okay, we're going into turn 3 and 4 here. Maybe Tim can get a shots here of later B-roll, but how chaotic is it when you're going in there and you know you have no traction?
Shit show. Especially with this. Like this makes it, not that you can't steer and then now you bottom out and you bounce and you hit the brakes and you bounce even more. It's just, I don't know. It actually tonight wasn't so bad up steering unless you didn't get in this part. If you stayed in the little darker bit right here, you had a little bit of a right front tire, but out there, you're headed straight for the wall. Okay,
so when you first start racing, by the way, when did you start super late model racing roughly?
When I was 13.
13. Did you ever expect, fast forward here to 2021, that you're a top tier driver like Michael said in the interview, man? These last 2 or 3 years, I know you like to say I'm just a little regional driver, but you're making a name for yourself.
Well, this is, I don't know. I'm not good at anything else. Like, so I had to, I can't do anything. I can't play sports. I can't, like, I try to fix my house. I'm not a handyman. I can't do that. So like when I started, or when I was gonna say, hey, I ain't gonna go get a job, I'm just gonna keep racing. That's like, I had to make it work because like I said, I can't do anything else.
Be honest, who's a better wheelman, you or Cody? Which, by the way, at home, Cody's his brother, and he always talks smack to me at the track that he says he has something for you coming up.
If he'll listen to me now, he will be twice as good as I was, because I didn't have anybody to teach me. You know, my daddy was a drag racer and stuff, so, you know, nowadays you see it all through the pits. People, you know, pay people to help them. I mean, it's hard. Like we didn't have any money to pay anybody to help me, so I had to kind of figure it out on my own. So I feel like I got which I don't know I don't know near as much as half the guys over there in the pits, but I feel like if I could just kind of give it to him, what I've learned and let him take it to the next step, he ought to be way better than me.
You race for a team now, David Wells. He's a great guy. You got whatever you want, great team. But the first memory I have of you is 2013 at Volusia. You and your brother are on your way down because you guys missed those UMP shows, and you guys are watching on the show, and like one of your brothers or us tagged us on Facebook saying we're on our way down. You were running the World of Outlaws there. I mean, 8 years ago, you're just like, man, we just did everything by ourselves. It's just, and then it's not rewarding that you don't have to anymore.
Yeah, it is. Hell, I mean, that's just how, even like Cody probably gave up a lot of his childhood to come race with me for nothing. Hell, we didn't pay him nothing, just fed him if we had food and stuff. So, I don't know, it is crazy. Like I said, I try not to think about it because I still, I want to be really good. So, I'm not really, really good yet. I'm getting there, but I want to be one of the best, like Scott and Billy and all them guys that's won all this stuff. Hell, they probably don't think they're Scott or Billy still.
All right, halfway point. We got to do a little chug here. Let's have a little drink. Got to get the next one out. Oh, feeling good. Like, I kid with you. Like, you're still one of my favorite Brandons. I know you like to give me shit because everybody knows I love Shepard. But, I mean, I knew him since he was like 3.
I love Chevy, too, and I wrecked him last night. I felt like shit all night.
Hey, it happens. It happens. But let's keep going here. Who was your, childhood first late model guy you, started cheering for when you were a young pup?
Tim McCready.
Tim McCready?
Yeah.
Oh, man, tonight and you guys are battling out there?
Yeah, I didn't start, I guess
you had a different background, so you were more in the drag racing go-kart, so maybe you didn't see a lot of these national guys.
Yeah, the first race I ever went to was Swainsboro, and Dwayne Hummel won the Southern All-Stars race. I was supposed to be getting drag cars, and I went there with one of my buddies a buddy that I raced go-karts with. His dad raced, so I went to the track with him and watched the dirt cars, and I called my daddy, and I was like, I don't want a drag car, I want a dirt car. And he's like, oh, shit, So, anyway, that's how it all started. But, yeah, when I first... You remember McCready won one of the Swainsboro races when I was a little kid, and he went out there and did donuts and
you're like, this is
shit
badass.
everywhere, and I was like, yeah.
Do you still think, as I do, that Tim McCready's still our age, in his low 30s, high 20s? Because you just always picture him. He's him and Jason Fager are always going to be 25, 30, but now they're in their 40s.
That's why I thought, when I was a little kid, I was like, man, he's a kid. He had long-ass blonde hair and shit. I was like, that's a kid, but... Hell, how old is McCready?
I think he's in mid-40s, 45. Yeah. 40, oh, no, he's 47 because he's 1 year younger than Kovac, and he just turned 48.
Yeah, that's why I felt connected, you know what I mean? He was a kid racing.
Okay, so I got to ask you, 2021 here, you're the Lucas Oil points leader, but last year you did stuff regionally. You went to national races when they're close to home. You go up to Cedar Lake, kick their ass all weekend. What is the plans for Brandon Overton? Are you guys just going to play it by ear?
Yeah, we'll probably play it by ear.
It's just so tough to leave home.
It is, but
again, you're like, I want to win this championship, or maybe I'm in contention for one of them.
Yeah, the problem is, I say it's hard. It's hard to make a decision, I guess, because some of the guys that are saying they're going to run it now, hell, they come out of here and they're last in points. So that's not much of motivation, So yeah, we got some thinking to do to see how everything's going to shake out. But I got the crew and I got I got Dave and all my sponsors and stuff. So if this was the time to do it, probably just as good as any. But I don't know, we'll sit down and think about it and see what we need to do.
Outside of the Southeast, what's one of your favorite tracks that you travel with, maybe with the World of Outlaws back in the day, or races you go race nationally here now?
I didn't get to go to Magnolia much, but when Johnny Stokes has Magnolia right, that's the best track in the country. You could race all over it. And I won, it's not a crown jewel, but I won my first big, I think, the cotton picking. I won Lernerville before that, but we always went. I never went to Lernerville.
Yeah.
When I always went to Magnolia.
And you were very emotional in that victory lane. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Big time win there. Felt pretty good. Do you feel like maybe that was the win that kind of put you over the top? You know what? We can compete with these guys now.
Well, what's crazy about it is I had never won a ultimate race, Southern All-Stars race.
And now you win 8 different series a year.
Carolina Clash. I hadn't won any of those races before I won a World Outlaw race.
Yeah.
I won a day race at Lernerville. And so, when you just, what you race with everybody, what you're racing against, and what you have to race with, and then you watch your family and everybody spend all their damn money for you to go, you know, like this, bang it in the damn wall or tear it all to hell. And, you know what I'm saying, just to watch your kid chase a dream that might not come true, you know?
I mean, I can't do an interview with somebody that not mention my boy Weaver. I remember 2 or 3 years ago, you were helping out Spencer Dirks.
Yep.
Went to a local weekend at Farmer City in Fairbury, and you texted me and said, I don't care what they say about this boy Weaver, but I know what you mean by him being one of your favorite drivers, because you said his talent is way too much better than his car.
Yeah, he was driving, I forgot, where was we at?
Farmer City.
Yeah, he was driving the hell out of it. His car, I mean, I ain't saying nothing because I don't go to Farmer City much, but his car didn't look all hot, but he was driving the hell out of it. He was in like 5th, and then he takes the lead, and I don't know, if he was here, this would be his line right here.
Oh yeah, for sure. On the top, running the cushion.
What's so funny is you watch him drive that thing, and then you go over there and watch him get out of it, and you're like,
that's him?
fuck, that's him?
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the final steps here. We're gonna do some quick hitters. What's your one bucket list win you want to get here coming up?
I want to win Eldora. I've been close. I win prelims about every time we go. I just want to win the big one, you know?
Favorite Florida track that we race at Speed Weeks?
Usually East Bay.
Talk about that. I have to ask you about that last year with you and Turbo at the end there. That was like, that was one of your favorite races too, because you guys were just sliding and dipping. You're kind of biding your time, and here comes Mason Ziegler, and then they get into it.
Yeah, he is. That was cool as hell, because anytime I do something wrong, Tyler's the first one that texts me, what in the hell are you doing? Like, giving me shit. So to pass him down there when I knew, you know what I mean, just set him up and he slid. No, I just wanted to be like, yeah, Tyler, what the hell
Are you
doing,
gonna text him tonight after his incident?
No, I will let him. Yeah, I probably will. As soon as I get back over there, I'll text him.
Well, Brandon Overton, big sexy. I'm gonna call you medium sexy. 1 lap, 1 beer. Thanks for taking time out of your night after that big W.
Yep, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, maybe we'll roll it on over tomorrow and get us another one.
Cheers, buddy.
Yep.